Right, we got a trip out from the warehouse today and we're down to Grange Land Rover in Swindon, and they've kindly set up for us some cars. So what we've got here is on the left there, we've got the big Land Rover Discovery, okay, the all-new Discovery as they call it. And what we're looking at today is the Discovery Sport, which is the smaller version. And our main focus of this video, we're going to look at the new facelift Discovery Sport and compare it to the original Discovery Sport and look at the tweaks. So you can already start to see the tweaks, and we're going to have a look at what they've changed and perhaps understand why they've changed it. So first thing, a lot of people get confused between the Discovery and the Discovery Sport and where the two interact. So what we're going to look at, if we come around this side, Brad, so the Discovery is clearly much bigger. It's a much bigger beast than the Discovery Sport. The big Discovery is the one with the wonky rear number plate, whereas the Discovery Sport has got no wonkiness to it at all. So, and again from the back you can see. So let's have a look at this facelift Discovery Sport. Let's have a look at what they've changed and why we changed it. So we're at the back, so let's first of all start. So the rear lights are a big change. So on the original Discovery Sport you've got this very round thing going on here, but on the new facelifted Discovery Sport you've got much more square. Now on one model, I think it's the HSE, it does do the sweepy indicator, doesn't it? But it depends on which level you've got.
The aerodynamic pack, I think, adds it. So you have to have it as an optional extra. It doesn't come standard on any of them.
So, right, and let's have a look. So what we're actually looking at, this one here they've got out for us today, is the HSE. And we'll try and explain what the HSE has got that the others might not have. But on the rear lights, what you can start to see is they've made it try and look more like the big Discovery, and I think there's a lot of patterns going through the design where they're trying to make the baby Discovery look more like the Big Daddy version, which is probably not a bad move. Right, what else have they changed? So one thing you'll notice here on the back is they've now got this rear view camera. Now, so this is more rear view as in your rear view mirror. The reversing camera is still under here, but we've seen this on the new Evoque. So that's
if you've got a back full of stuff and you can't see out your back window, you can flip the rear view mirror to then be a screen for you, and so you can still see out the back and see where you're going, as well as your reverse camera.
Right, what else are we looking at? The rear, generally the rear bumper looks pretty much the same as the old one. It has been slightly restyled. The old one tends to have the holes here with the exhaust coming out, and depends one or two. Where this one, the exhaust is more hidden, but you can get the aerodynamic pack, and I'll do a video on the aerodynamic one, but the aerodynamic has some sort of, what they call it, an exhaust graphic. It's like a stylish exhaust. And on the aerodynamic, this whole section here is colour coded.
So they've simplified their range to be 3 trim specs of S, SE and HSE, and then the aerodynamic, they do a couple of extra add-on packs, which are like an aerodynamic and black pack.
But it is quite cool, you can put the aerodynamic pack on the base model, which is quite cool. So they're, right, what else have we got that's new? So, right, let's look at the two. As far as the side goes, the two are pretty much the same. On the aerodynamic pack, these are colour coded, which is a nice touch. The main upgrades are in the interior. So if you look at the original steering wheel here, you've got this style of buttons, which is more off the Jaguar actually. This is a manual, but you'll notice here you've still got all the sort of very manual knobs and gauges. And on your dash, you've got the analog gauges.
So you've got the centre screen between the gauges, and you've got the centre infotainment screen at the top there, but that's the only screens you've got.
If we jump over to this one,
so on this one we've still got a nice big centre infotainment screen, but it's bigger. You get all included with the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto, bits like that. This down here is all the
it's all much
all one
glossier,
big
and it all
screen.
back illuminates. I think they. Oh, did you take the key?
Yeah, I
She
think
didn't trust
so.
us with the key. So this all back illuminates, and you've got touch screens for everything.
You can find all the specific functionality if you want more details on this stuff online on Land Rover's website and stuff.
But this just shows mainly the difference between the two. So they've simplified it, they've cleaned it up, they've modernised all of this. It does look more updated. They've changed the steering wheel, and this is actually the steering wheel, if I'm not mistaken, Ian, off the Range Rover Sport. And it's got you've got an extra ring in here, and you've got the Range Rover Sport and L405 switch packs, and these are all backlit. When you turn it all on, it all backlights with the functions
show up on that, and then they've got rid of the analog gauges completely, and so it's a full LCD screen, so you can have a full screen map, or you can have just one gauge or two gauges.
And it allows you to do all sorts of cool stuff, like you can change it from kilometers, your speedo, you can select if you've got 1 or 2 dials, your speedo and a map, big map, and your speedo readout, so you can configure all that. And also it's got the Apple Play,
Apple
CarPlay,
and the Android connectivity is all standard on your infotainment on here. So quite a bit of the upgrade is all your interior bits. They've tidied it all up, made it a lot more modern and a lot more suitable and a lot more techy. Yeah.
So I think most of this is all fairly standard. There's no super gadgets or upgrades hidden in here.
You get a big old storage in there. It goes right underneath these cup holders, right up to almost the logo here.
The brake, everything's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
You got cup holders there.
So this is the mirror we were talking about. So this is where you've got the option. If you flick this here, it turns it, and that actually you can see is the screen. That is what's behind us, but that's actually you can see that's the mirror. You can probably see me, and there you go. So that's quite cool if you've got someone big sat in the middle, or so that's cool. Right,
they've got a massive panoramic roof on
this one. Obviously, we'll just show the 7 seats. Let's open the boot and have a look. So on the HSE, you've got the power gas strut, which is cool. So one attraction of the Discovery Sport and its bigger brother, the Discovery, is the 7-seat capacity. So even if you've got a family with 2 kids, which I have, you often find that their friends want to go or the grandparents want to come out. So it is handy to be able to put the kids in the back. So you have all the Discovery Sports have the 7-seat capacity. So you've got there. So if you want to jump in. And then if you pull the lever on the side here, this is how you get in. You pull this lever here, and then you can... Apparently it bounces to stop you crushing the leather, but you've got to press it down to latch it. And that is one drawback. That's how you're getting into the car, but that's the same.
I think they do slide.
How do they slide a
so
bit?
I think, how do we release these? I don't know how we release them.
There is a lever here. So you could, but I think pretty much.
There we go. So I think you can just tilt it forwards and then slide it forwards as well. So that's how you get in, is you tilt and slide it, and then you slide it back, latch it in. But if you're going to have anyone in the back, you really want this middle row, you want it pushed right forward to give the people in the back as much legroom as you can.
Shall I right, let me demo that. So we'll get there, and then
so you can see how much further forward that comes.
I am quite tall, but let's have a... Oh my goodness me.
That will... There you go.
Oh, sorry. Right, there you go. So, yeah, I'll sit on... You go around that side. So I'm sat in the back. That's... I am 6 foot. I don't know.
That seat isn't pushed forward. That's
the worst. That's the worst possible. Isn't
that's pretty much as cramped as you get it.
Yeah, let me slide it forward a bit. Oh my goodness.
So if you slide them right forwards, you can sit a 6 foot adult straight. You wouldn't want to do it for long. It's mainly for kids and stuff.
Yeah,
but
you put the kids.
You can just fit in there though.
Right, let's get on. Let's have a look at the front. Right, in fact, while we're here, let's just have a look at the door cards and stuff. I'm going to go around that side here, and if I open both doors. So the doors haven't really significantly changed. There's a slight difference. This one's got more of a sort of closed opening.
This one's more of a segmented opening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speakers the same place.
On the front door, obviously we're looking at a driver's door compared to a passenger door.
So again,
much
yeah,
the same. The door
they've changed the plastics a bit, but we think the door as a whole is pretty much the same shape.
Yeah,
isn't
if you
it?
look at it, all the rubber, everything. I think it is just a minor facelift. It's just the bumper headlight change.
They've just tidied bits up and cleaned it up a lot. Exterior wise on the side, still got vents in the same place.
They haven't changed the style of the vent. Interestingly, this one doesn't say Discovery. The new ones say Discovery, which is again harks back to making it more Discovery, more. It's trying to link it more to its bigger brother.
It's got that almost two-part design on the big Discovery, and you've got that two-part design on the small one. The body lines follow from the vent to the back light, which they copy across.
Right, on the front, so you've got a totally new grille. On the facelift one, if you compare that to this one is much more evoky at the front. You've got this evoke pattern, which I'm going to look for an evoke in there thing, but they've gone now to this much more Velar new Range Rover style with this sort of hexagon design, much bolder, and with these.
It's a lot bolder,
inside.
almost a bit simpler.
Interestingly, though, that doesn't match the bigger Discovery, so I wonder if they'll bring out a new grille for the new Discovery that follows this trend. I suspect they will. Right, one key change, and the one I really like, is these vertical intakes here, which I guess are for brake cooling. This is taken directly off the big brother Discovery, and I think it looks a lot nicer than this very Evoque style fog light. Fog lights are an interesting thing. Even on the top spec HSE, which this is, you don't get the fog lights. So the fog
That's
lights
just a
are an
mesh
extra.
in there.
So that's where the fog lights go. So you have to specify, it doesn't come standard on any model. Right, headlights. So these have got the signature strip, but you'll notice they've changed from having the single lens in the middle.
Similar to, and also quite a very round design,
Yeah.
same as the rear lights. They've changed from that circle design to make it all very linear.
And it's all got this split function. Now the headlights on this new model, you can get their LED headlights, but you can't get the matrix LED, which is the ones that allow you to drive on full beam all the time, and it detects where people are in front of you and selectively gives no illumination there. So that's disappointing, because it would have been good to have that.
But you can't get that on the big one either, can you? None of the Land Rovers come with that matrix
But
LED.
you can get it on the Evoque.
It's a Range Rover thing,
It's
I
a
think.
cool feature. If you hate driving at night, look at that LED matrix. There are some videos on there, awesome. But if you look at these again, it's now very much like its big brother. You've got this sort of split here, and you've got this sort of split.
It's the segmented kind of signature stripe.
So they've gone very much for that, which I think again a lot of people are going to want their compact Discovery to look like the bigger one. So I think that's very much where they've gone with the styling. We'll do another video with the R Dynamic.
So they've got an R Dynamic here, but it seems to have a few bonus bits on it as well.
I think it's one they've done to promote this facelift, so they've bolted a few extras on. But really I wanted this video just to show you where this sits compared to the big Discovery, and how they've improved it by the facelift from the original Discovery Sport to this facelifted Discovery Sport. Hope that's interesting. It's a bit different. We're not really car experts in this field, and one thing we've been looking at, and what we're going to try and do, is we're going to try and get an early pre-facelift Discovery Sport. This is more our thing, and we're going to try and fit this bumper to that model, so that if you've got that model and you've got a scratch or an accident, rather than buying a new bumper in the old style, why not buy the new bumper in the new style? So we're going to go away and get busy on that, but we thought while we're down here we'll just do a bit of a review. So there we go, good luck with that.